Welcome back, WrestleRant to WrestleRant edition number 72. I am, of course, your host, Bleacher, Columnist level 2, Graham GSM Matthews here today to review Monday Night Raw for September 10th, 2012, and what a damn good show it was live in front of a Montreal, Canada crowd, aside from one tragedy that occurred during the course of the show, the heart attack of Jerry the King Lawler, shockingly during the course of the show. This caught a lot of people by surprise, obviously, a very tragic incident. My condolences, my thoughts and prayers go out to Jerry the King Lawler. I know I've been harsh in the past of criticizing Jerry the King Lawler, the character. However, I have a hell of a lot of respect for Jerry the King Lawler, the person. So hopefully he has a very speedy recovery. From all the updates that I've read this today, it was indeed a heart attack. He had surgery just a short little while ago. He has since recovered. He has since stabilized and has been responsive as well. So that's very, very good news. Don't look for him to be at the Night of Champions pay-per-view, obviously commentating. Maybe not anytime soon. But hopefully he will have a very speedy recovery, as I said before. And so there's a fear of brain damage, by the way, as well. So hopefully that is not the case. That is not some good news. But hopefully he is well in time to come. Hopefully he is, as I just said, a very speedy recovery, and I wish him all the best. Now, to kick off the show, we had Bret Hart return to Montreal for the first time in 15 years, only to be interrupted by WWE Champion CM Punk. Now, this is the altercation that I wanted, or have been wanting for weeks now, and I was so glad that they finally kicked it off on the top of the show of Monday Night Raw. A great promo between these two. CM Punk was very strong here. I love the mic work from the heel CM Punk. He got booed so heavily here. Candid likes to cheer the heels usually, but CM Punk did such a damn good job as a heel here that he got booed out of the building. Absolutely brilliant from CM Punk here. Bret Hart also played his role as well. Just standard promo before Punk came out. Really good stuff. So I was really loving the altercation between Bret Hart and CM Punk. Bret Hart's promos, usually when he comes into WWE, aren't anything special. This is probably the best Bret Hart promo I've seen in my time since Bret Hart came back 2.5 years ago. I would love to see more from these guys going forward, but this is a very nice treat live in front of Bret Hart's hometown. So moving on, tag team action, Clash of the Champions reference, WCW reference right there. We'll get down a little bit. CM Punk dropped the WCW reference earlier in the night as well. That was pretty cool. But anyway, Clash of the Champions here. WWE Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and R-Truth defeating the tandem of the Intercontinental Champion The Miz and the United States Champion Antonio Cesaro. Decent match. Nothing all that much to say here. Kind of random. More so just to hype the title theme of Night of Champions come this Sunday. Just involving all champions. So that I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, this didn't really serve a purpose. The faces went over here. I would have liked to see Miz and Cesaro go over here. They needed some credibility after all the losses they've recently taken. Not more so Cesaro. He's been winning as of late. But Miz, he needs some victory, so I would have loved to see him win here. But sadly, that wasn't the case. But nonetheless, a good, fun match. Moving on, David Otunga and Sheamus partaking in that backstage segment, that pre-taped vignette at the office thing when David Otunga was suing Sheamus for the bro kick, for the use of the bro kick after they banned it last Friday night on SmackDown. This was probably the low point of the show, obviously, in kayfabe, because obviously the low point of the show was Jerry the King Lawler's heart attack, but I'm talking in kayfabe. This is such a horrendous promo. I don't think anyone else enjoyed this either. Maybe a few people, but Sheamus here. Sheamus and David Otunga have absolutely no chemistry at all. Neither one of them is funny. I know Sheamus tried to make a few cracked jokes, but he just wasn't funny at all. I know he may think he's funny. I just don't find him funny. I don't know about any of you, but I just didn't find him funny. This thing was just completely horrendous. They tried to repeat the success they had with the previous anger management skits. Obviously didn't work. So this is just a complete waste of time. It was poorly taped, and all the jokes were horrendous, as well as the fact that it went way too long as well. It felt way too long for my taste. But thankfully, up next, we were able to savor that to an extent with a 6 Divas tag team match with Caitlyn, Eve, and the Davis champion Layla defeating the team of Beth Phoenix, who returned, by the way, so glad to see her back, Natalya, and Alicia Fox. The participants in the match were kind of random. Alicia Fox's face, I believe. Natalya's like whatever the hell she is. Beth Phoenix's heel. So everything was kind of intertwined here, kind of strange. But I do respect the fact they were trying to get Caitlyn, Eve, and Layla all on the same team to try to build the Divas Championship match for Sunday. By this point, since Eve did pick up the victory for her team, I would presume that she gets added to the Divas Championship match this Sunday. I think that would be pretty cool. I would assume that she would win the title. Caitlyn's a fine choice by me. She's a fresh face. I'm glad to see her in the title picture. Layla, she's been holding that title since April, and as much as I love Layla, she's been holding that title for way too long and hasn't been doing anything with it at all. I think Eve would be the perfect candidate to become a 3-time Divas champion. As far as the match itself, kind of throw away, but kind of what you would expect from the Divas, to say the least. Moving on, a singles match between WWE Champion CM Punk and Randy Orton, as voted by the Raw viewers in the Raw Active poll. I know I voted for this match. It's a great match. Sadly, it went to a disqualification finish, I'm sorry, at the hands of Dolph Ziggler, who interfered and attacked Randy Orton, thus creating a brawl, which interfered Jerry the King Lawler. This is before his heart attack, mind you. A brawl went down, then it randomly cut to commercial break. Just not even a segue in a commercial break. It just randomly cut out while Michael Cole was still talking. You could just hear his voice just dwindle down, and then it just cut to commercial break. That was extremely strange. Poorly production there, but poor production there by creative. I don't know, whoever the hell finished or taped that or whatever. But nonetheless, it was a very, very good tag team match when they eventually got back from commercial and they had this tag team match with Orton and Lawler going over here. I think the best part about this match, it wasn't anything all that special, but it was solid action, adding to the fact that Dolph Ziggler he had an excuse because CM Punk walked out with Paul Heyman. Now, let me say this. Him and Paul Heyman, CM Punk and Paul Heyman, that is, they didn't really make this as big of a deal as they should have. They only showed Paul Heyman once during this segment. They didn't show him at the beginning of the night when CM Punk came out. They didn't show him in the ending promo either. So, I think they should have showed him a little bit more than this. I'm not saying he should be talking for CM Punk, but he should have at least accompanied him or something like that. But still, I'm glad they have at least incorporated him into the show somehow by having him convince Punk to leave the match, a match that he didn't even want to compete in the first place, thus having Ziggler take the loss here. As much as I hate Ziggler taking pinfalls, especially when he's Mr. Money in the Bank, it's okay. Hopefully he goes over this Sunday and Night of Champions. Maybe that's what this is all leading to. And it was great to see Jerry Lawler in action as well, especially if this might be his last match. As much as I hate to say it, especially in the condition that he's in, I hope this isn't his last match, but then again, it might have to be since he's 62 years old and he just suffered a heart attack. But only time will tell. Next up, we had Ryback versus Heath Slater. Now, Heath Slater challenged Zack Ryder to a matchup. Then my computer turned off at this point, so I didn't see it. This is just from what I'm reading and from what people are telling me. But Zack Ryder comes out, feeds him Ryback instead. Ryback versus Slater, typical matchup. Nothing really much to say here. Ryback goes over. Tag team match, Kane and Daniel Bryan defeating the tandem of the primetime players to become the new #1 contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now, I've been calling this for weeks now. Kane and Bryan are a dream team. So happy that they made these guys a tandem. It would be so awesome if they won the WWE Tag Team Championships this Sunday at Night of Champions. I'm presuming they will. But to say the least, this is a fun tag team match. Kane and Bryan are an absolute riot. Having that guy, their therapist, be their manager, I think would be money as well. That would be absolutely hilarious. Team friendship for the win. Now, it was during this match that Jerry the King Lawler suffered a heart attack. He was subsequently carried out of the arena, accompanied out of the arena, rushed to a nearby hospital, allowing Michael Cole to update viewers on the situation and no longer calling commentary for the rest of the night. So I do commend him. Michael Cole, as much as I've never really liked him, I do respect the hell out of him here. This is probably the best Michael Cole has ever been. Showed a lot of sympathy here, showed a lot of seriousness, showed a lot of especially when he needed to. Coming from the guy that insulted Jerry the King Lawler's mother a year and a half ago on Raw, I was really, really happy to see him take the serious side, not talk, try to respect Lawler and the fact that he wasn't there to call commentary with him. So he just kind of stayed silent, so I won't bash him for that. But very, very classy from Michael Cole. I'm very happy that he did that. So I commend him for that and respect the hell out of him for it as well. So next match that we hit up, Alberto Del Rio versus Tyson Kidd. Nice match. Tyson Kidd is from Canada, so I was glad they tied in that fact. They were able to have, if anyone jobbed to Del Rio, I'm glad it was Tyson Kidd, because Tyson Kidd was from Canada, so he got a nice pop, even though the crowd was kind of dead after the Jerry King Lawler situation. But nonetheless, a very nice match to showcase Kidd as well as give Del Rio an extra win going to Night of Champions, his World Heavyweight Championship match on Sunday. Next up, Sheamus versus David Otunga. Another low point of the show. We saw this match on SmackDown a mere 3 days ago before Raw, so why would we have it again? A complete waste of time. It lasted about a minute just to put over Sheamus' new finisher, the Texas Cloverleaf. And then after the match anyway, Sheamus hit him with a bro kick, and, he wanted to bring it back, hashtag free the bro kick. And then Booker T came out and AJ Lee came out. They were talking about the bro kick. No one really cares about this. I mean, this was a complete waste of time. The bro kick scenario last week seemed somewhat intriguing, but by this point, it's not hurting Sheamus at all. If the goal was to make Sheamus look more vulnerable going into Night of Champions, they effortlessly failed in that aspect because Sheamus looks more stronger than ever. So I don't really understand the facts or understand the point in banning the bro kick if he's going to use it anyway, and he still has 10 other finishers that he can use to win matches with. Next up, Cody Rhodes vs. Rey Mysterio, a good match that could have been enhanced by the commentary, but then again, with the Jerry situation, I completely understand. A very good match. Extremely happy to see Cody Rhodes go over here. He hasn't won a singles match since forever, so I was really glad to see him win here, especially over Rey Mysterio on Raw. I can't remember the last time Cody Rhodes won on Raw. Please correct me. Make sure to tweet at me if I got the wrong. I can't even honestly remember the last time Cody Rhodes won on Raw, but a good win for Rhodes. And there's a signal possibility that he could be the Intercontinental Champion come Sunday because Miz helps Cody Rhodes win here. Miz comes out, almost attacks Mysterio. Instead, Cody Rhodes attacks Miz, holds up the old Intercontinental Championship belt that he once held. So a triple threat match at Night of Champions would be awesome. Even if you throw in Sin Cara for a Fatal 4-Way, I think that is excellent booking. A great way to get all 4 guys on the pay-per-view, and that would be one hell of a match if they did indeed book that for the Intercontinental Championship. Main event time. Not really a match, but instead a promo / interview from John Cena and Bret Hart, only once again to be interrupted by WWE Champion CM Punk. Now, CM Punk didn't say all that much here. He was mostly verbally bashed by John Cena. Now, I have 2 things to say about this. One, CM Punk not having to say anything, or not being allowed to say anything, I am completely fine with. He's been talking for the past 5 weeks ever since he officially turned heel, so I'm completely fine with that. John Cena burying, I hate to use the word burying because I know a lot of people hate that term, as do I, but I kind of got to use it here. He called CM Punk and the WWE Championship and his 300-day reign irrelevant. I wouldn't completely agree with that. Obviously, it's quite the opposite. John Cena completely buried that reign there, but other than that, John Cena's intensity kind of made up for it. His seriousness, his fire that he showed in this promo, absolutely loved it. This is when John Cena's at his best, and I'm his #1 fan. When he goes to this stage, when he goes in this mentality, and he attacks CM Punk like no one else can, calling him the son of a bitch, saying that he's going to kick his ass on Sunday, knocking the mic out of his hand. Absolute beauty there, and a great way to kick off to end the show. Also with Bret Hart socking CM Punk, and CM Punk rolling out of the ring disrespected, or feeling disrespected, that is. So it was kind of reminiscent of the way that John Cena hit CM Punk the Raw before Money in the Bank and the Raw before SummerSlam in 2011. Maybe that's the vibe that they're going for. Now I'm more confident than ever that CM Punk will go over at Night of Champions on Sunday. But yeah, a very good way to close the show. Overall, a very good show, other than the fact that Jerry the King Lawler's situation kind of dragged it down. It's completely understandable. Obviously, not blaming him. The guy's health comes first. But obviously, that kind of set a dark cloud over the rest of the show after he was carried out. No commentary, so it kind of felt like it was a depressing time in WWE. Probably one of the only serious times that we've seen in WWE since the Benoit situation 5 years ago. But I was glad they continued the show. The show must go on, as they always say in show business. Jerry the King Lawler would have been happy for that. And I'm glad to hear that Jerry the King Lawler is okay. Hopefully, he continues to do good going forward, or doing well, I should say. Bad grammar on my part. So, the Night of Champions hype was kind of suffered by the incident, but hopefully the show is still good regardless, because it looks like a damn good show on paper. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, and the Canada crowd also enhanced the show as well. They were pretty cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe, check out all my other videos. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @SAVE_US_GSM. If you have any feedback on this video, I greatly appreciate it. And this is GSM signing out. Until next time, guys.